Okay, so what's up everyone? In today's video we'll talk about how to find a guild as a new player and stuff. You may be been asking that question yourself, or you've been asking to other people or whatever. So basically in this video we'll just take a quick peek on what links do you need to use and stuff. So basically all the links will be also in the description. So where do you find a good guild? How do you find a good guild? Where to look for them, how to look for them, and what's the important things for your own playstyle. So we'll talk about that today. So basically whenever you want to look for a guild, first of all you need to know in what type of playstyle you like, as well as how much you play. So basically there is 3 or 4 types of guilds. Royal land guilds that don't have any territories, only in an island, that don't really provide any territories, but they provide a new player friendly people who will help you and do really really safe stuff. So in the yellow zones, maybe sometimes in the red even. So yeah. Then there is the low outland guilds, mid outland guilds, and high outland guilds. Usually, basically at this point, like also in low outland and mid outland guilds, there is really good guilds, but just who doesn't have a good GVG teams or whatever to move to high outlands. But still, in my opinion, they are really active, doing a lot of things. So basically, whenever you look for a guild, so let's say first statement, you are a new player, you just found about the game or you're playing a week or two, but you don't have as much time, join a Royal Land guild. So basically, I would say 100% if you're thinking about playing this game like 3-4 months or even more or a bit less, you need to look for a guild who has Caerleon Island. So either way, yes, the island, so basically the island is the thing that you can get buildings and stuff, but you don't have other things like 15% return rate or whatever. So as a new player, you don't really care about that. As a gatherer, yes you do. But I would say you don't want to join a guild because of the buildings or whatever. If you're a big gatherer, just use the method like I do. I'm in one of the like high outland guilds or whatever, and I don't use their buildings at all, so you should not worry about that. The main thing is how active they are, what territories they own, as well as what playstyle they prefer and stuff, and what the tax, so the guild taxes. Other guilds like only invite random people, and then they like get a lot of silver from you, so you don't want to go those type of guilds. As well as if you live in island, you don't want to use their buildings because their buildings doesn't give any return rate, and at this point it's the best to use Caerleon buildings for 4 or 5% return fee and 15% return rate. So that's really important. So basically how you look for the guilds as a new player, I would say the main thing would be a forums, which I will give you a link for it in the description. So basically you can check in forums, so usually you type hashtag new guilds or new noob friendly guilds in Caerleon, and just like go for just look like 5 or 10 guilds, see what they're all about, read their description, read if they have Discord, what they own, what they have, what they can give you, and try to fit your own playstyle. So if you prefer GVGs and Hellgates and stuff, try to find a guild that does a lot of PvP. If you're more gatherer, try to find a guild that's really good in open world and stuff. So that's about royal guilds. Of course, like you can mix and match, see if you don't like one guild, then go to other guild. But I would say at the start, just like invest your time and a bit search around more. Of course, joining a good, like for example, you get killed by 1 or 2 guilds usually in a red zone. So you want to join their guild because you know that they are good and you will get more safety as a gatherer. As a PvP player, you want to join a good PvP that provides few players which you can roam with and stuff. As well as the territories owning is also important, so the more territories they own the better. That means they have at least some like GVG team or whatever on whole territories, as well as they are active and their fame is rising. As well, the second part is alliance. If they have a good alliance or they are by themselves or whatever, you always want to have a guild that has an alliance, at least like almost like second or the third guild, so like you have more protection and stuff as a gatherer, or even as a PvP player. It doesn't really matter, yeah, but like being in a guild and watching everything, the alliance is an important thing. Then, if you are low or mid outland, I usually compare they are almost like the same, because like some guilds got like really fast to mid and some to low. So basically, I would say look if they have at least 3, 4, 5 territories in a low or whatever mid outlands. Look if they have 100% they need to have this black zone city or whatever. As well as you can look for the buildings, so whenever you click the map you can see what their building is at, so try to find a guild that has at least tier 7 buildings, all tier 7. If they're tier 8 like this almost is, that's really huge. And yeah, the less like the smallest amount would be tier 7 buildings, because at this point like everyone can buy blocks and make buildings. So for example this, almost they have all the tier 8, so these guilds are good and active. As well as if they have at least 3 or 4 territories, that's good. As well as look if their alliance is really close, or are they fighting everyone. You can also sometimes go yourself and see if you see any like other guilds or whatever, and what you like come across a lot or what you usually get killed, you can join one of their guilds, as well as just see how they work and stuff. All the guilds usually have the description, everything, so you can read and see if that's your playstyle that you like, or the protection or whatever. So like the territories and everything like that's really important. As well as all of the guilds have like their own playstyle that you need to fit, or you will not be happy in that guild. So try to fit their playstyle, or of course some guilds are that does everything. Seeing what the alliance have, how many territories they have, will they give you activity and stuff, and so on and so forth. Where they are located, it shouldn't matter. Like for example, if you're a wood gatherer but you see for example this guild is really active and stuff, but they are 4 or 5 zones away from your resource hotspot or whatever, that shouldn't be a big problem. But yeah, you can also sometimes like base like 3 or 4% or 5% of your opinion in what type of biome they are located. So if it's like easy accessible for yourself, and do they have an alliance who at least owns something or whatever, as well as have war camps near them. So basically then we go to high outlands. High outlands are for high tier players, or the players who play at least 4-5 hours a day. So if you play 5-6 hours a day, you know a lot about the game, you meet all the requirements that you can also check in the forums. Just type high outland guilds or whatever, or really active black zone guilds, and you can check this out. They're really active and good guilds, but they have really huge requirements, so if you can join them, of course base your opinion on what their alliance they have. They have really good open world people, or what they do, what they're all about, so you can also check that. As well as every guild at least should have at least one in high outlands, one of the dungeons that they own. So for example, Tea Party owns Hungry Martyr, Exertion owns Dark Root and stuff at the moment, so you always want to have at least like that your guild at least owns somewhere close to the dungeon spot if you're interested in that, or gathering spots or whatever. The same thing was in low outlands. As well as you would always, if you do and craft do everything like me and stuff, what we talked about in previous videos, that you always want to have at least like close portals. So for example this Elmwood or whatever is really close to the Exertion's base, so it could be kinda safe to transport there. The safest area in my opinion in the game is this Flint Slice, so you can go right away with Bubble and then go to our territories and then right away to our base. So in my opinion it's really safe, and our alliance almost owns like 1/3 of the map or whatever, or 1/4, and I like gather all the leather, as well as we have really good open world people and stuff, so I like this alliance at the moment. Of course that shouldn't like be the main concern where they are located, but at least they need to have 4 or 5 territories, as well as all buildings to high tier. So that's basically that. The main thing is you can also ask people. So also one of the last things with is that you can check the top So whenever you go to guilds and you can like see how are they doing in kill value if you're interested in PvP, what the top guilds, if you are a really high player, in top 10, 15 are guilds for you if you play 6-7 hours a day. If you play a bit less, go start looking from 15 and down and stuff, and look and start looking from there and see like for specific things for resource value, for so wherever there are a lot of gatherers, or like other things like territories, how much they own, and you can see like how much territories they own, every guild and stuff, so you can also base your opinion on this. So yeah, basically that's that. I hope you enjoy, as well as thanks for watching. Of course, a lot of guilds have requirements and stuff that you need to meet, so also look that, as well as all the guilds have description, as well as Discord. Always guild should have a Discord, as well as active player base. And remember guys that there isn't only one chance, so you can only join one guild per like a month or whatever. You can join many guilds. I don't recommend like trying, I don't know, 20 guilds or whatever and then see what you like. I kinda did that in the previous beta. I tried 7-8 guilds, and at least right now I know everything about every single playstyle guild that they has and stuff. That's also a thing, but I would just say invest a bit your time into the guilds, as well as if your friends play or whatever, try to join their guilds. As well as a lot of people have been asking how to join conflict or conflict recruits or whatever. First of all, we recruit, but we have either way you need to be a tier 8 gatherer or tier 8 reaver. So need to be able to have tier 8 reaver or tier 8 gathering tool. As well as, but you remember guys, there's a lot of good guilds in all high outland. There's Zorn, there's Money Guild, a lot of Tea Party and good guilds. As well as like in mid outland, there's No Life and like Chicken Kist, Team Casualty and stuff. So there's basically a lot of guilds, and there isn't only my guild. I would really love to invite every single one of you guys in our guild to just have huge like requirements and stuff. You can also, like, if you met the requirements what I just said, you can also check, there will be a link to our website that you can apply and stuff. Usually you'll get an answer in 24 hours. So that's that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If this was helpful and stuff, click like. Comment down below any suggestions for more videos, for improvements or whatever. Just click subscribe to get notifications and stuff whenever my videos come back, and see you guys tomorrow. Peace.